Hello and welcome into our high school football special to end the year. Of course, we're focused on one team this year, the only team in our coverage area that brought back a state title, the Paintsville Tigers. Now, everybody knows how the story ended on the mountaintop for the Tigers, hoisting their first ever state title in the school's football program history in year 100. But there were some struggles. It wasn't all smooth sailing along the way for the Tigers. So let's take it back and start at the beginning of this story.
It gives something for the community to rally around, and they always are. We're just such a strong community when it comes to supporting our teams.
If you cut us, we're going to bleed blue. And that's what tradition is. People in Paintsville have always been obsessed with winning a football state championship.
This community of Paintsville has been behind this school even through the bad times, but we've seen some good times.
And Pikeville just goes on to defeat Paintsville 43-0. The final as the Panthers complete the sweep on the year.
Pride in my team. They're hard-working kids. I'm proud of them. You know, we didn't perform the way we wanted to. Give Pikeville the credit. You know, they come here and took care of business. We just got to get better, learn from the situation, and try to do it again.
Now, you know, 34 years ago. It's a stage they hadn't made it to in 34 years. But after a loss in the state title to rival Pikeville, the motivation was simple heading into the season for the Paintsville Tigers.
Everybody's crying except the one team, and that's just the way it is every year. And that's been our goal from day one, to get there and play and do our best to try to win it, and that'll be our goal this year.
That was our main motivation. The coaches put it up on the scoreboard every day. It was 43-0. We come in every day working, just thinking about that, losing last year 43-0.
And the goal, of course, was the same.
We got to work a lot harder than we did last year because obviously it wasn't enough, and I'm just hoping we'll be in the same spot.
That mentality.
We played every game that we knew we were better than the opposing team.
Got the Tigers off to, well, to put it lightly, a hot start.
And we were seniors too. We would wanted to play every game like it was our last. You know, it's our last season. We wanted to go out with the bang.
On first and goal, Hayden keeps it himself, and he tiptoes his way to pay dirt for the Paintsville touchdown.
I like our effort. I like our kids. They play hard every snap, and that's a good thing. You can't ever coach effort, and they've done that well.
The Tigers' margin of victory through their first 5 games, more than 36 points. But there's never a season, especially in 2020, without a little adversity.
Any coach that's coached a long time will tell you that a loss occasionally will bring you back down to earth. You know, a lot of times kids in high school can get to the point that they think that they're the best that they can be, but once they lose a game, it proves to them that I'm not the best I can be. I've got to work a little bit harder, spend a little bit more time what I'm doing in order to get to where I want to get.
The 5-0 start brought a target on the Tigers' back, a #1 ranking in the state's Class 1A AP poll. But heading into the week, the Tigers were already behind the 8 ball.
We had a lot of injuries in the West Carter game, and then the week of practice after, our starting left tackle went down with a season-ending injury, and I think that kind of somewhat put the team in like a shock sort of sense.
Just in time for a date with a familiar foe.
I know you couldn't be there that night, but that was a great football game.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff on the Coeds MyTown TV Sports Network, Raceland and Paintsville set to square off. The Tigers roll in here perfect on the season, 5-0 under head coach Joe Cherico in his 8th season down in Paintsville. And he's got a collection of players that, as I talked with Mike Sammons just a little bit ago, These teams have been playing against literally each other with the same players for the last 4 years.
As per usual with the two Class 1A district foes, a battle ensued.
Back to Memorial Field, 3rd and goal. Heighton throwing, looking, throws, looks to the far side, ball tip, and it's caught! Off the deflection, touchdown, Raceland! Rams touchdown. Hayden gives it off to Luke Hayden. He follows his men right into the end zone for the score. Touchdown, Paintsville. 2nd down and goal. Hayden under center. Puts a man in motion. He takes and follows his lead off the left side, and is he in? He is. Touchdown, Raceland.
The two traded blows all the way down to the last play, but it was the Rams with the chance to end it.
Junior Peyton Ison for the win or overtime. It's back, it's down, it's up. Does it have enough? It's good! Raceland wins it! Peyton Ison, the 34-yard field goal that just sneaks over the crossbar. And the clock's at zeros. The Rams come from behind, down 13-0. And they win this one, 23-20.
Well, the Raceland loss was definitely nothing to be ashamed of.
It was a good football game.
I know. I mean, they got beat on the last play of the game, a field goal. The teams played tremendous. I mean, it was one of the better high school football games I'd seen in a while. It was just a heartbreaking loss.
A week later, COVID-19 rescheduling forced the Tigers to Whitesburg to take on Letcher Central. And with injuries starting to pile up, Paintsville struggled.
We kind of just weren't playing like our normal selves. It was just kind of like the next couple weeks were kind of just like a weird feeling. It was just like we weren't playing like our normal selves.
You know, that was a game that was scheduled with this team. That didn't work out. We picked up Letcher Central. We're on the road. We're heading to Letcher Central instead of Lexington Christian. You know, it's just a wacky week. And things just didn't pan out for us there. I didn't think we played well.
Taking back-to-back losses to end the regular season. And though they lost those last two games of the season, Paintsville, of course, entered the postseason as a team to be reckoned with. Now, when we come back from break, we take a look to we head to the postseason, for the Tigers and get a Paintsville Raceland round 2.
You're on the move every day. You're mobile, and so is Community Trust Bank. Now, you've got one-touch access to your accounts. No need to remember or update passwords. Make a deposit with a click, not a pen. No deposit slip and no line. And get that morning cup of joe without the hassle, without the wait. Community Trust Bank is dedicated to making your banking experience secure, fast, and easy. Don't wait. Go mobile with Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
Big Sandy Heating and Cooling has been serving the people of Eastern Kentucky for over 43 years.
Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling now for a free estimate on a new system. Our licensed and certified technicians can have your job installed in no time.
When a technician is dispatched to your home, you can track us on your mobile device.
Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling for all your service and maintenance needs. We've always got your service history at our fingertips.
We are your local Lennox Premier dealer. Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a brand new phone but really don't want to pay hundreds of dollars up front for it? Then Appalachian Wireless has the deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Instead of paying $400 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and a few bucks more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to the show. Now, before the break, we wrapped up Paintsville's regular season, in which they had suffered 2 losses to district foe Raceland and Class 4A Letcher Central. Now, with a couple-week break due to COVID cancellations and the 1-week hiatus from the KHSAA, the Tigers had plenty of time to prepare for another deep postseason run. Despite finishing the regular season with back-to-back losses, the Paintsville Tigers entered the postseason with no panic.
And I think those 2 losses actually motivated this team more than what people actually realize.
I think we knew we were going to be fine. Those 2 weeks we had a lot of people out and a lot of people pretty banged up. And then I'm pretty sure we had a 2-week period after that to get healed up. So I think we knew coming off that we obviously had to make some changes, but at the same time, we knew we were going to be fine going to the playoffs.
With a number of guys still injured for the start of the playoffs, some new faces stepped in.
People stepped up and played different spots. We saw some people, move around and being in spots that they weren't in. Maybe not just spots they weren't in this year, but they've never been in.
Following the motto for the Tigers, we, not me.
If we didn't have some of the guys step up who did, I don't know if we'd have even won state this year. Like Mason Lovely stepped up, played right tackle. All that, I had to go to center, and we all just kind of adapted to the changes.
Because those kids said, it doesn't really matter about me. Let's see what's best for the team. Let's do what's best for the team. Find what works. They found what worked, and they stuck with it, and they got it done.
We wanted to do anything we could to help the team out because we love each other so much. We don't care if we're individual getting recognized individually. We just wanted to win state, and we were all willing to do absolutely anything it took to win, even if that meant switching positions and changing numbers.
The biggest switch in the playoffs, which showcased the Tigers' unselfishness and we not me mentality, was at the quarterback position, where Carson Poe moved from his wide receiver spot to take over for the injured Jake Hayden.
But my understanding was Jake's comment was, I want to do what's best for the team. And you don't see that out of 17, 18-year-old kids very often. But Jake is a great kid, off the field. And I don't dispute that comment wasn't made for Jake at all.
But even Poe couldn't take any of the credit himself.
Our O-line has helped me so much. Transitioning over to quarterback, they did everything for me. They blocked every single play, tried to protect me, and it made my job a lot easier.
Paintsville's offensive line was, as usual, in its 55-8 win over Betsy Lane to kick off the postseason. But it was in the district final game where they really shined, back on the road, back at Raceland.
We knew it was going to be a dogfight going in, but we were confident in one another, and we kept working hard that week, and we were the best prepared we've been all season for that
game. We had honestly lost the first time. We just wanted to go back and beat them the next time.
The Raceland was probably, visibly the biggest game we had, if you look at it from hindsight. But at the time, we didn't know what we were going to go up against.
The district rivals went blow for blow yet again.
3 receivers wide right. Hayden keeps it himself, works off the left side, dives in, he's in for 6, touchdown Raceland!
And this time, the 2 needed an extra frame to settle the difference.
Pressure coming up the middle. Poe slips and is going to be hit and brought down. Noah Wallace gets home and with the sack, and we're going to overtime.
And that's where the Tigers roared the loudest.
Phelps in the pistol look. Poe keeps it himself, works off the left side, bounces off one man, and he's in for 6. Hayden goes through the middle, and he is not getting there. The Tigers make the stop, and the Tigers celebrate as they get away with a 28-21 overtime win.
It was just one of the best feelings I've ever had besides winning state, stopping on that half-yard line.
That was probably the defining moment of the season, to be honest with you. If you stop a team on their home field from the 1/2 yard line, then you know that those kids are after something more than just that particular game.
In that overtime period, your offense did exactly what they had to do to win the game. Then the defense steps out there and they do exactly what they have to do. They probably thought it all along, but I think the rest of us, I think maybe we were thinking, hey, they might be able to win this thing. Yep. You know, after we saw that.
With the tough test passed at Raceland out the way, the Tigers headed back to the friendly confines of Memorial Field to take on a Hazard team coming off an upset over Pikeville.
We prepared every week like it was a state championship. We knew we'd already beat Hazard before, but we didn't look at them as a team we knew we could blow out. We had to practice like we was going to go in the state championship because they beat Pikeville, so, you know, they could have beat us. So we just kind of went in and played like it was our last game.
The Tigers didn't let an upset bid befall them, rolling over the Dogs 39-7 in a mud bowl. That set up a date with Newport Central Catholic in the state semifinals. The Thoroughbreds struck first in the opening half before Paintsville squared the game at 7, heading into the locker room.
We had to make some, you know, changes in the game plan on offense and the blocking schemes, but we just kind of talking about how there was a good team and how we tried to come out and keep punching and keep fighting. If we do that, we knew we was going to win the game.
Come out punching and fighting, the Tigers did on both sides of the ball, stuffing the Thoroughbred attacks and eating up yards on the ground, finishing with 348 rushing yards. Fourth quarter now, one more time from Phelps, getting to the corner. Ref says he's in. You see the ball pop out there, but the ref signals touchdown. Paintsville 21-7 over the Thoroughbreds, back in the state title game for the second straight year.
It was great. I mean, everybody played their hearts out. Being here again, knowing what we left on the table last year, it's a great feeling.
So elation, of course, for the Tigers after that state semifinal win. Now in the win, sophomore Harris Phelps with 168 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. And the Tigers got to stay at home this year for the state semifinal after having to go out to Louisville last year to earn a win to get to their first state title in 34 years. Now, speaking of Louisville, when we come back from our final break, the Tigers have a rematch in the state title game with the team from Louisville. Stay tuned as we reach the championship round.
This is truly an unprecedented time in history and healthcare. Heart attacks, strokes, and broken bones don't stop the coronavirus. We're open, safe, and ready to care for you or a loved one. I've heard stories of people not seeking ER treatment out of fear of contracting COVID. This is what we train for. We initiate protocols to address the virus. Don't delay when every minute matters. Call 911 or get to the ER immediately. We're open, safe, and ready to care for you.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a brand new phone but really don't want to pay hundreds of dollars up front for it? Then Appalachian Wireless has the deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Instead of paying $400 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front, then a few bucks more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Back to school, and I got my degree. You do that for you, I did that for me.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship provides free tuition for Kentuckians who want to earn a degree in a high-demand career field. Click or tap to learn more.
Help save a life in the new year. Donate at WYMT's Winter Blood Drive. The KBC Bloodmobile will be parked outside WYMT Monday, January 4th from 2 until 6:30 p.m. See you then.
Welcome back. We have now reached the title round, the Class 1A state title game between Paintsville and Kentucky Country Day. The Tigers making it back-to-back trips. Could they bring home the title this time? Let's take you back through this great game for the Tigers using the radio sound from WKLW in Paintsville.
Welcome back to Kroger Field, the Class Single A State High School Football Championship game this morning. The Paintsville Tigers 9-2, Kentucky Country Day, they are 10-1.
There was some guy at Walmart back earlier. He said, you know, if we get to play, if they don't win the state title this year, they never will because they're so heavy loaded with talent.
That whole week, our coaches and the preacher came in and he told us to absorb the moment, breathe the air, look around. And as seniors, I feel like that was super important because that would have been our last game, and we want to go out with a bang for sure.
Brian, these two teams played back last season in the semifinal round in Louisville, a game that the Tigers won by 18.
We knew they were going to, you know, since we beat them last year, they were wanting to come out and just beat us this year, but we kind of figured out their offense last year. We knew what was going to happen, so we kind of just game planned around that. It helped a lot playing them last year.
100 years of football at Paintsville High School.
Okay.
Tigers returned back to the state championship in this year. It's 2020, and that's all been messed up.
Yeah.
And the Tigers are a good football team.
They are.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, Brian Ocher.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this is the year that the slipper fits Cinderella, and we are Cinderella. I think that was the biggest gain that our team got out of being there last year was they experienced all that overwhelming surprise and nervousness of last year against Pikeville.
It was all about business, unfinished business, and so they said, we don't want a parade going out of town. We just want to play.
Paintsville's won the toss, and Coach Cherico will defer to the second half, as he usually does. Paintsville will kick off as they deferred, and we're about ready to get underway.
Nothing good happened for Kentucky Country Day on fourth down in the game.
And Russo rose left, looking to throw, lobs it in the flats, and it's dropped.
We get it over. We get the football. We go down, put one in the end zone, and didn't look back from there. And
Gibbs to Phelps, trying to get outside, left side, cuts it up, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Harris Phelps.
And the Paintsville Tigers get on the board first.
I just cracked a big bag.
At 4th and 14, and it's quick kick blocked. It's on the ground. The Tigers fall on it, and Paintsville will have it around the 38-yard line. Pistol formation, Hayden back there. The give is to Hayden, offside, right side, touchdown, Jake Hayden.
Tigers get in again.
11:57 to go. First half, Paintsville 14, Kentucky Country Day, nothing.
The line doesn't get as much credit as they deserve. They make our job so much easier.
Russo wants to throw, going deeper down the right sideline, incomplete.
Nothing there. Not a
Tiger defense. Hall right there, winning step for step.
It's hard for teams to do anything when we're so focused in on playing as a unit, and it's just we just follow the game plan.
And the Paintsville Tigers are leading at the break, 17-0 over the Bearcats of Kentucky Country Day. Triple zeros on the scoreboard clock after 3. Paintsville 24, Kentucky Country Day 7. Give to Hayden. Spins! Jake Hayden, touchdown! 5-yard run for Jake from the 5.
We had just scored, I think, 5:12 to go. So this is like the 5:05 mark, or something like that.
Back, split, direct snap. Richardson trying to go right side, made a good move. Ball came on the goal, Paintsville has it. We're going the other way. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Luke.
Nope, Devin Hall.
Devin Hall.
Devin Hall.
Ball straight in his hands. Devin Hall off to the races. Texas.
I seen that ball pop out, and I like to think about scoring, especially at Kroger. Like that's a great feeling.
Paintsville wins it over Kentucky Country Day by a score of 38-7, and the Tigers win their first ever football state championship here this afternoon on year 100 of high school football at Paintsville High School.
They were just meant to be 100 years, going back, second year in a row, losing 43-0, get there, we win at 100th year. It just meant to be a storybook ending.
There's a couple old coaches that's dead and gone right now that's going to be looking down from heaven and saying, we finally done it.
They were determined from the get-go this year that they were going to win the state.
Every single week, our coaches put in countless hours that people don't even realize they do, just to watching film and coming up with a game plan each and every week. They deserve this as much as we do.
100 years is a long time. So to be the team that could bring it back to Paintsville and celebrate with all the fans and all the people that's put in countless hours to watch Paintsville football, it was just it was a great feeling to see them cheer us on and be happy.
And it brings tears to a lot of people's eyes because I told somebody in the stand, I said 2 words. Well, I said one word first. I finally said, finally. Finally. And then I told him I can die a happy man.
Every Tiger star will shine, will fight, fight, fight for the blue and white as we roll to the gold PHS. We will kick fast and right to the battle as one day bring home the victory. T-I-G-E-R-S, Tigers, Tigers, all the way.
So once again, congratulations to the Paintsville Tigers. First state title in 100 years. Like you heard them say, storybook ending. Cannot write it any better than that. Also, thank you to all the people who helped me out in the community. The radio sound from WKLW as well. Just wanted to commemorate a special year for the Paintsville Tigers. Also want to congratulate our 3 other teams who made it to the semifinals, Belfry, Johnson Central, and Williamsburg. And the fact that we just even got through a football season in 2020 is a blessing. Hope you guys have a good new year. Again, congrats to the Paintsville Tigers. You guys have a good new year.
Buying a home. It's likely the largest purchase you'll ever make. And choosing a bank is one of your most important decisions. Choose wisely. Choose Community Trust Bank to get you home. With over a century of mortgage experience, we're committed to the highest standards of personalized service. For strengths only a community bank can offer, look to Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
Big Sandy Heating and Cooling has been serving the people of Eastern Kentucky for over 43 years.
Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling now for a free estimate on a new system. Our licensed and certified technicians can have your job installed in no time.
When a technician is dispatched to your home, you can track us on your mobile device.
Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling for all your service and maintenance needs. We've always got your service history at our fingertips.
We are your local Lennox Premier dealer. Call Big Sandy Heating and Cooling.
This is truly an unprecedented time in history and healthcare. Heart attacks, strokes, and broken bones don't stop the coronavirus. We're open, safe, and ready to care for you or a loved one. I've heard stories of people not seeking ER treatment out of fear of contracting COVID. This is what we train for. We initiate protocols to address the virus. Don't delay when every minute matters. Call 911 or get to the ER immediately. You're open, safe, and ready to care for you.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a brand new phone but really don't want to pay hundreds of dollars up front for it? Then Appalachian Wireless has the deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Instead of paying $400 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and a few bucks more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.